So the Nintendo Switch OLED has been out for a while now, and I got mine exactly 2 weeks ago today. So I'm going to be telling you guys my opinion on owning a Nintendo Switch OLED for 2 weeks, and if it is worth the upgrade if you own a Nintendo Switch currently. Alright, let's get into this. So hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here, back with another video. Today, my friends, I decided I would take a moment to talk about the Switch OLED because I know a lot of you guys couldn't get one, a lot of you guys were considering getting one, a lot of you guys have no idea what the deal is. So for starters here, we need to go over what the Switch OLED is. At its core, the Nintendo Switch OLED is the exact same Nintendo Switch Tegra X1 chip, and it has some differences in the dock, but really none of that's being taken use of or exploited, so really it's the same exact dock. So the thing is it's like the Nintendo Switch and the Switch OLED are exactly identical. The Switch Lite's being different as in it cannot dock, but it's exactly identical to them as well when it comes to processing power, speed, all of that, you know? So the thing is I personally think that if you own a Nintendo Switch, the Switch OLED is not necessary, but it definitely is a really great and welcome addition in my opinion because I really enjoy the screen and my god is the screen good. Like, I can't even tell you guys, it does not do it justice whatsoever in the pictures. You have to actually see this thing, you have to look at it, and you have to realize how great it truly is because in these pictures, it just does not look as good as it does in real life. Let's just get that right out of the way here. In the pictures, it looks better than the Nintendo Switch screen for sure, but it does not look way better. I've been playing nothing but Metroid Dread, and I have to say the screen is so good. Like, my god, I could never imagine going back to my other Switches. I haven't even touched my Switch or my Switch Lite since I got the Switch OLED, so that's something there, definitely. Is it kind of overkill to own a Switch OLED if you own a Switch? Yes, it is definitely kind of overkill. But you guys have to understand, I had the OG Switch with the absolutely horrendous battery life, so I was going to probably buy a new Switch either way. So that's kind of why I waited for the Switch OLED to come out because I was kind of sick of having to put a battery pack on my Nintendo Switch because I actually never had one of the Redbox Gen 2 Switches. I had the original and a Switch Lite, which the Switch Lite was nice, but I kind of wanted an original Switch I could take places that actually had good battery life that I didn't have to put a giant battery case on, and that's what the Switch is. I mean, this thing with 10% probably gets you 20-some minutes. I mean, it's great. So honestly, yes. Is it kind of a waste of money? Absolutely. But I know there's a lot of people, including myself, that just cannot hold themselves back from spending their paychecks on whatever Nintendo puts out. Let's be honest here. So because of that, it's hard for me to say that this thing is a completely horrible idea to buy. I know I was very disappointed in the Switch OLED when it first got announced because I was really hoping that they would go all out, you know, make some amazing Switch Pro with some great, you know, new NVIDIA chip in it and all this stuff, you know, just be absolutely amazing about it. But the thing is, they did not, and I think the chip shortage, like Rich said from Review Tech USA, I think the chip shortage definitely affected this, and that is the reason why ultimately that we didn't end up getting that kind of Switch. I think that we probably would have gotten a Switch like that. It makes a lot of sense to me that we would have, but honestly, we did not, so it's one of those things you have to ask yourself, is it worth your money? Is it worth your hard-earned cash to go out and buy a Switch that performs the exact same way but has an exceptionally better screen that does make games objectively look better? And if you're worried about the colors looking too saturated, my friends, there is an option to turn that off. I turned it off immediately. I hated the way all the colors look saturated. A lot of people say that they cannot tell a difference, but me, from making thumbnails, my eyes have become sensitive to saturated colors. I just kind of don't want those on my Switch at all times. I kind of want to play games how they originally look, you know what I'm saying? Or at least closer to how they originally look, so I did turn it off. I know for a lot of people that's not even a problem whatsoever, but for me personally, it is a big problem, so I turned it off, and I've never been distracted by the way that the OLED screen is now. Next, I want to talk about what makes the Nintendo Switch OLED screen so great. So an OLED screen turns off the actual individual pixels to give you true blacks and just an overall way more realistic and beautiful color scheme and everything else. The pixels, everything's higher quality, everything looks better, and honestly, there's nothing to worry about when it comes to the pixel density of the screen. Yes, you can see some more pixels. I know a lot of people said, oh, you can't see it at all. That is just not true. I feel like it's going to depend on the person, if you can notice, you know, depending on your eyesight and how good you can see, if you'll be able to see the pixels. Me personally, I could see the pixels, so to everyone who's saying, oh, you can't even tell, it's not even there. For me personally, it was there, and I did notice it, and it is somewhat of a distraction, but is the pixel density a major issue? Not at all. To wrap this up, I just want to say the Switch OLED, if you own a Switch, is a major overkill buy and definitely is not a good way to spend $350. If you do not own a Switch and you're trying to decide between the 3 Switch models, it is the only one, in my opinion, that you should be buying right now. That's kind of how I feel about the Switch OLED 2 weeks later. I really have been enjoying my time playing Metroid Dread with it. It is everything I thought it would be and more. The quality, the premium feeling of the actual console, it's just so much better. That screen, it does not get done justice in the photos, and the size of it is so much bigger when you see it in person versus seeing it in a little photo. You think, oh, it's only 0.8 more of an inch, that doesn't even matter. But then you see it in your house, you see it in your life, and you realize 0.8 of an inch is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on owning a Switch OLED 2 weeks later. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Would I recommend it to someone who already owns a Switch? Yes, I would, if you want to spend the money. If you don't, I do not think it's a necessary upgrade. I think that it is like an elective upgrade. You know what I'm saying? You might not feel that it's necessary for you, but those of us who do feel like it's necessary for us can collectively agree that the Switch OLED is a great and welcome upgrade to the original Switch and Switch family. Alright everybody, that's all I have to say about this. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to drop me a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Subscribe for more Switch OLED content because I'll definitely be making a 1 year later video. I'll definitely be doing a long-term review. I'll definitely be doing a review of Metroid Dread. We'll be playing the Diamond and Pearl remix. I got plenty of things planned for this channel here, so you don't want to miss any of it. Anyways, thanks for watching again. Jimmy out of here.